Hi, everybody. It is ladies' night, girls' night. It is just us gals. Hello, Facebook, and hello, YouTube. And so tonight we're going to talk about, well, anything. It's just us girls. So we can talk about whatever we want. So I know on Let's Talk Monday, we did have someone who wanted to talk about hysterectomies. We'll touch a little bit on that. But I think I want to touch some more about life with TS and maybe some of the social anxiety we can face as women with TS and some of the other issues. So definitely we want to hear from you ladies. We want to hear your stories. We want to hear your comments. We want to hear your questions. And like I said, it's ladies' night. So we're going to talk about whatever we want to talk about. So first off, let's talk about I think we should talk a little bit about social anxiety. Now, it does seem to affect a lot of the girls with Turner syndrome. And I know that there have been some social situations in the past where maybe I've felt uncomfortable. And I do believe that, I'm not going to say we see it more often in the TS community, but I will say I understand where people come from with it in the TS community. I think all of us do, really. And also, I want to thank everybody who saw the video I posted on my personal page. I didn't think that I would go there ever. Wanda Gale, oh, it's ladies' night. Yes, it is ladies' night, and it's just us gals. So hoping to see a lot of you here. We'll see. We're going to hear some stories and talk and chat it up. So, as I said, if you're just joining us, we're going to be talking about social anxiety and TS a little bit and just life in general with TS. So, any questions that y'all have, bring them on. Let's talk about it. Any stories you have to tell, let's hear it. You know, like I said, it's ladies' night, so let's talk. So, like I said, when it comes to social anxiety and TS, you know, I think a lot of it comes from the fact that we feel different. And we see ourselves as different. And when you do, you know, I think everybody can say that the world sometimes can be scared of what's different. And so, especially if we think of ourselves as different, we try, you know, I'm not going to say we try harder, but definitely it makes some situations awkward. Like, you know, if you are trying to meet new friends and things like that. Like there's sometimes I'm like, okay, well, should I have said that? Should I have done that? Okay, so Crystal, Rosario, hi ladies. Hey, Crystal. Dora Wilson, does anxiety get better with age? I think it does. Because definitely, I know that I was a lot more anxious as a kid than I am now. When I was a lot younger, you probably wouldn't have seen me be as open as I am about TS, doing things like this. You know, I used to not be so open, but what cracked me out of my shell about TS and let's say being social is, you know, I think I figured out the more open I am about it, the more people are going to learn about it. And the more people learn about it and know about it, the more awareness we get, and which is better for us. We get more research and everything. Dora Wilson, does it get easier to make friends? Absolutely. I've made so many friends as I've gotten older. And I still have friends from like high school and college. I would definitely say that making friends with age gets easier because I think all of us can agree that kids, like younger kids, they can, you know, they tend to pick on each other a lot. And so I think it does get easier with age when you mature more. I think it does get easier to make friends. I have so many friends now. It's, you know, I enjoy people. I'm a people person. I think that can be said for a lot of TS women is that we're we're people persons. We love hanging around other people. We love learning new things. You know, I would agree with that statement. Michelle Schultz. Hi, Bethany. Hi, Michelle. Wanda. I have issues with coworkers accepting me. You know, well, I don't know about accepting me, but I know that in the past, I've had some coworkers who might see me as different, and so I can kind of relate to that. Leah Jones, I think you learn to deal with it better. I would agree with that. I would agree with that, Leah. I think you do. I think that with age, you learn to deal with things better. You learn to cope better. things like that. I think I think what it is when you get older, we're obviously maturing when we get older. And so your mind goes into a whole different, well, mindset, for lack of a better term. You go into a whole new mindset. And so that's what I think helps out a lot. Leah Jones, it still affects me, but with age, I deal with it better. Exactly, exactly. Like, I mean, not that I don't get into situations that, I might find um, difficult or anything like that. But yeah, I feel like I deal with it a lot better now than I used to, if that makes sense. So I would definitely agree with that. Dora Wilson, Cecilia does not socialize with kids well. She doesn't know how to start making conversations with others. Um, I mean, there's there's some people that are like that. I know when I was a kid, there were times that I could go for hours and hours and hours, like playing with kids, talking to other kids, and things like that. And then there were some instances, and my mom will point it out a lot, that sometimes I would just like sit in a room by myself and like play with the tape measure, or just want to play by myself. I didn't want to play with the other kids. Um, and so I think what it is getting slowly worked into it, to feel more comfortable, maybe. So I would definitely maybe help her out with that, to help her out. Like maybe smaller groups, I think helps, and then maybe expand that group. If you don't mind me asking, how old is Cecilia? Because I know when I was in kindergarten, uh, I played with a lot of kids when I was in kindergarten. Of course, I had my kindergarten class. And then at church, of course. And, well, growing up, I played with a lot of kids anyway. I grew up with 8 other kids. So I grew up with 5 of my cousins. That's why I say that. There was 4 of us, my brother, me, my older sister, my younger sister, and then my 5 cousins that I grew up with in Jackson. So, so I would definitely, small groups does help. Oh, she's 13. Yeah, you see, I think also when you're 13, when you're that young, especially like in middle school, we all know how some kids can be. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe talk to her about some of her friends at school if that helps out with her. Because I know, like I said, in middle school, we all know how 13, 14-year-old girls can be. You know, it's I think that there's, sometimes we can pick at each other, and I know boys can be worse at it in the locker room and stuff. But some girls, like if you're not in the in crowd, then obviously in the out crowd, and they're not gonna want you in their group of friends. So maybe talk to her about that. Find out who her best friends are, the people she likes to hang out with, and maybe that can help her. That's something that I would suggest. Um, so speaking of middle school, like talking about school, I think all of us, I don't know how many parents are watching, you know, I think in school, when you have TS, especially younger, you see yourself, and then you see the other kids. They're bigger, doing things that you're not doing. Let's say the other girls. You see your friends, and so I think it can be easy to be down on yourself. And I think that, like I was saying earlier, I think that is what sparks a lot of the social anxiety we have, and as women with TS. Camille Denoy, hi honey, hope you're doing well. Yes, thank you, Camille. How are you doing? So anyway, I think that sparks a lot of the social anxiety when it comes to the younger girls. So, and you see, I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the video the other day, and I'm glad I posted it, because the thing is that the kids today are very impressionable, and there's a lot of pressures now today that when I was a kid, at least I'm 32 now. When I was a kid, there's so much going on now that I didn't even have to worry about when I was a kid. And it's hard to think about what kids are doing at the age that, you know, it's different. Jennifer Jones, hi lady. Hey, Camille, good. I don't get along well with my coworkers. I found that a lot with other girls. And you know what? I think it's like this. I think that, we're different, and I don't want anyone to be discouraged by that, because I mean, individuality is what makes us who we are. If everybody was the same, it'd be a cookie cutter world, and it would be boring, really. Amy Vaughn, social media makes it harder. Yes, it does. Oh my goodness, social media. Ugh, I mean, I say that at the same time. Here we are on Facebook, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Let's see, what else do I have? So, it is. I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, I think it's important for parents to monitor what their kids are doing on social media. And, that's your child. You have every right to get in their Facebook, get in their Instagram, get in their Twitter, get in their Snapchat, get in their whatever kids are doing these days. I don't know. I'm old. I'm 32. Kayla Zimmerman. What helped me was getting involved in activities and clubs that interested me. Then I was able to connect with others more easily because of similar interests. That's true. I was in RTC. I love the military, and I wish I could have gotten in. And so my RTC, I've got so many buddies of mine that were in RTC. Some of them went to the military, and we have a lot of the same interest. I like swing dancing, so I was a member of the Pensacola Swing Club back in Pensacola. In school, let's see, I did track. I played soccer for a while, RTC. I did those three. And, I love soccer like that. That's one of my big interests. I will watch a soccer game all day. I'm really bad about that. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a good suggestion. Like, get into clubs that interest you, like clubs or different, sporting events, if you like sports. Excuse me. Things like that. Tootie, females equals drama. I'm sorry, guys. This is my cousin, and yes, that can happen. Yes. Amy Vaughn, ESP for especially for teens. Yes, especially for teens. Oh my goodness. Amory, I think one of the problems if the overprotection of the parents, and that makes a delay of maturity. I don't know if you girls agree. I would say, I can say this from personal experience. I know my parents, I think they did do a lot of overprotection of me because they wanted me kind of sheltered. And like I've said before, they didn't tell me till I was 15. I mean, my parents and I have talked. We've got great relationships. My mom's my best friend. I mean, I think it's one of those things it's different. But I would say that girls with TS, of course, we don't look our age. I don't look 32. When people see me, they're like, oh, how old are you? You're 20, 22, whatever. I know I look like young 20s. And then when I say 32, they're like, oh, I never would have guessed you were 32. And so I think what girls with TS need to be encouraged about, let's say, is speaking up and standing up for themselves. Because the thing is that even though they might be 5 foot like myself, or they might be, 4'9", 4'10", things like that. I think it's good to teach them to stand up for themselves, because the world doesn't matter how tall they are. If they're 32 like myself, the world's going to expect them as a 32-year-old. Amy Vaughn, I meant we didn't have social media as preteens and teens. Barely AOL dial-up. Oh my goodness. How many of us remember the dial-up tone? I do. AOL chat, right here. Yahoo chat, right here. Oh my goodness. Amy, you took me back to the day. Oh my goodness. Dial-up. Molly Peterson. Hi. Hey. All right. And, oh yeah, same here. Yeah. Heather Valentine. I was a social butterfly in school. My friends at sleepovers were curious when I would step away to do growth hormone shots. It was awesome getting them aware of TS. Exactly. I think that's a great thing. And like I was saying earlier, getting more people aware of Turner syndrome and TS, that's what's really going to help us. And that's why I always say, like, it doesn't matter who you are or how you raise awareness. Awareness is the key. Awareness is what's going to put the word out there and get more people to know about it, get this more recognized, get more research that we need to help our future sisters. You know, I want our future sisters to have a better life than I have had. You know, I mean, I still feel like I've had a great life. I wouldn't change anything about my life. But when I say that I want them to have a better life, I want us to have better research. I want us to have better treatments. I want us to have better medicines for them, if that makes sense. We're doing really well right now. Not that we're not doing well right now, but I want us to get better. There's always room for improvement, in my opinion. So that's why I totally appreciate any TS awareness organization. This is Dora Wilson. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I got a couple of them here. Yes, Camille. I have an office full of women. Wish I could fit in, but I hate the gossip train. I mean, that comes and goes with women, you know. I mean, I think that goes for any group of women. You know, there's, let's say, the gossip train, the gossip, you know. We're really bad about that. Dora Wilson, Cecilia is a 4-foot tall firecracker. And yeah, anybody who knows any of us TS women can tell you we are some little firecrackers. My dad likes to call me dynamite. Dynamite come in small packages and they are powerful. And so, yeah, I would definitely agree with that. So let me get a little bit, since we did have this question on Let's Talk Monday, let me get Molly Peterson. Yes, gossiping is everywhere, and that is true. Elaine Rizzer, hate office politics. Don't we all? Yeah, I'm not going to get on the politic train tonight. So anyway, let's talk a little bit, like I said, since we had this question about hysterectomies. You know, unfortunately, it is one of those things, like, I haven't had it, so I can't speak from personal experience. But, you know, I can understand a lot of the women who have. It's, you know, because some of us are able to do in vitro. So if you're able to do in vitro, you know, I know that it's really sad because it's almost like a double whammy. And it brings up all those feelings of the infertility again. So, you know, I can understand why some of the girls who have TS and have had a hysterectomy, I can understand where that makes, you know, where that might make you feel very sad. It would make me feel very sad, I know. So, like I said before, I want everybody here to be able to talk about whatever they want to talk about. That's what these ladies' nights are for. Just as sisters, to talk, get it out, be here for each other. Whatever you have going on, we could talk about it. Whatever questions. Sorry. And Camille, I am 4'7". There you go, a little firecracker. Molly Peterson, I'm a little firecracker myself. Aren't we all firecrackers? I think all TS women are firecrackers. Amy Vaughn, I do too, but you have to learn to navigate office politics. You do. Unfortunately, you do. Molly Peterson, I'm 4'10". There you go, a little firecracker. Casey Dickens, hey, how are you doing, girl? All right, so anyway, let's continue on. What's some of the things that you girls want to talk about tonight, and what are some of the things that you have questions about, or maybe something that's happened this week that you want to talk about? First off, I want to thank everybody who sent me, I know a lot of people commented on my video. I want to thank everybody who sent me messages. You know, I feel like, I don't feel like I'm brave. I feel like what it is I feel like I have a voice, and I feel like God gave me a voice for a reason. I'm a Christian, and I feel like God gave me a voice. And I don't know exactly where that voice is going to take me in my life. I don't know who I may help. If I help one person to feel like to feel better about themselves, and to not have the feelings that I had when I first found out I had TS, I've done my job. That's how I feel. And, you know, I think all of us want all other girls with TS, all our other sisters, to know that we're here for each other. If you need anything, we're here for each other. And so, like I said, I don't feel like I'm brave. I feel like you girls are the ones that are brave. I do this because you girls give me the strength to do this. And if it wasn't for you girls, I mean, I probably wouldn't wouldn't be doing this. But I feel like all of us together, we are such a powerful force. I just love it. And I love being a part of this sisterhood. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Um, so, sorry. Molly Peterson, I'm thinking about getting my ovaries removed since I can't have kids anyway. Tanya Almadavor. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry. Hello, Tanya. So Molly, that's something I think you should talk to your doctor about, because I know a lot of girls with TS can have streaked ovaries, and if you do have streaked ovaries, you definitely want those removed. But yeah, I mean that's something to talk to your doctor about and see if that is a good option for you. I know a lot of girls with TS who have done that. So that's something that you would obviously want to talk to your doctor about, and keep us updated. We'd love to talk to you about it and find out what happens. Camille, I definitely need to learn to deal with office politics. Here's how I deal with office politics, and let me just say, it's not just office politics, it's just gossip in general. Haters gonna hate. Let the haters hate. I'm too busy loving the people who love me to mind the haters. So if they don't like me, then move on. I got other people that I love that are loving me. Leah Jones, love my sisters and the strength we give each other. Yes, we definitely give each other strength. I'm so glad I got online and I found all you girls. Before I met Ray, I know a lot of us remember Ray. She passed away sadly a while back in 2015. But she was like one of the first people I met online who had TS. And so we kind of networked. She helped me kind of network and added me to some groups and stuff. And so, I'm so glad that I found y'all, because it did make me feel a lot better. And the more I talked to other girls with TS, the more I was like, I'm glad we're doing this. We've got these groups. We need this. We need more awareness. We need more organizations like the Wall for Furial, and, like even Andrea over at the KC Diaries. I'm glad she does what she does. And, Turn Syndrome Butterflies with Christina Koch, and, Wanda does her butterfly channel on YouTube. The TSSUS, all these people doing what they do to raise awareness. It is amazing. And I've talked to so many people around the world who have TS, and they're doing their own things, and that is great. Tanya, loving girls' night. Me too. I love doing girls' night. It is so much fun. Amy Vaughn, I like to get better at picking up on social cues in a group setting. I also tend to take things too personally at times. Yeah, I do too. Sometimes I tend to take things literally, instead of taking them, as a joke and things like that. Sometimes I can take them too literally. I think it depends on the person, I think, because sometimes I know people just have a sarcastic personality. Like, I can be very sarcastic at times. Like, sarcasm is probably it's probably my third language. Spanish is my second language. But, sarcasm is my third language. We'll put it that way. Sometimes I can be very sarcastic, and sometimes when I'm talking, I'm very serious. And sometimes people can't pick up on that. Camille, agreed. Yes, thank you. Molly, yep. And Jennifer, me too, Amy. Tanya, I want to do more awareness here in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, bonita, eh? Yes, I love Puerto Rico. But it has not been easy, lack of support. And I know that y'all have some things going on right now, as far as your government is concerned. So, if you want some help with that, Tanya, message me. And definitely, I love Puerto Rico. I have a friend, her name's Alba. She's from Puerto Rico. And anyway, I have a lot of Latin friends, if y'all know me. I have a lot of Latin friends. And so one time she told me, she was like, Mija, you were born in Alabama, but your heart was born in Puerto Rico. And so anyway, but yeah, I just love other countries. Anyway, so yeah. Jennifer, my coworkers treat me like that is so sad. I'm sorry, Jennifer. Um, I think what it is a lot of the times is people just don't understand a lot of us. I think that's what it is. Um, I think some people, if they don't understand where you're coming from, like a lot of people at first when they meet me, they feel like, okay, well, is she sarcastic? Is this, what is this? Sometimes if you first meet me, you don't know how to take me. And so, it depends on the person and your personality and the people around you. But, I feel like if you're not understood, like I said, people just get, I don't, I'm not going to say they just don't know how to deal with it. Maybe. Tanya, I'll message you. Gracias. De nada, mija. De nada, mami. All right, Molly. So true. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I said earlier, some people are scared of things they don't understand, and so if they don't understand you, then they don't know how to take you. If that makes sense. So that's something that I would recommend. Anyway, so like I said before, we're going to take some more of your questions, more of your stories, comments. If you have any suggestions or maybe some advice, what's some advice that you want to give maybe some TS parents that are watching this right now? I'm sure that there's some parents out there who are going to be watching this on YouTube later. Hi, guys. So what advice would you give? Speaking of advice, I think I want to talk a little bit about how to tell your daughter she has TS. I think we can all agree on that. Like I said, this is something, obviously, this decision is made by the parents. The only suggestion I would have about it, let's say, this is just me personally, my parents waited till I was 15, but of course, I know a lot of doctors aren't the same as they were back then. So I would just say, like, be honest with her. Like, age appropriate things, break it to her at age appropriate levels. Obviously you can't, it's hard to tell a 3-year-old that she has Turner syndrome and things like that. So age appropriately, you want to kind of reel her in and get her working, because one day she is going to have to take over her own health care and she's going to have to make those decisions. And so it's good to get her at least knowing about it and knowing how to deal with it. I wish my parents had done it to me way earlier in my life, had told me way sooner, so that way I could have been a part of it. But like I said, that decision I think is up to the parents, and you obviously know your daughter better than anybody. So, like I said, my only suggestion is age appropriate. Age appropriate things, bringing it up at that time. Molly, treat your daughters normal as possible, and always keep researching TS. Yes, 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 and please, 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 whatever you do, don't Google TS. Don't Google. It can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Camille, I was told when I was young, about 7. I remember telling my mom that it is okay. I will just adopt, but no special someone to help with that. I think we all want to. I think that's something that a lot of women with TS, I've heard a lot of them say, is that they want to adopt. I want to adopt. Totally agree with Tanya. Yes. And so, excuse me. But yeah, I would just say about adoption, it is the loving option, and I do want to adopt. And like my older sister, when I found out that I had TS, I was crying, and she was in her room, and I came in there and I was crying, and I said, I'm not going to have anyone to call me mommy. And she said, Bethany, think of all the kids out there who are saying, I don't have anyone to call mommy. You're going to make one of those kids very happy one day. And so, I think that's something special, is that when you adopt, you're giving love to a child. This is something special. It's not about who births the child. It's about who raises the child. And it's an amazing adventure, I think. Tanya, I Googled TS when I was diagnosed, and scared me so much. Exactly, because the thing with Google is that it can be your best friend or your worst enemy, and you can get stuff from she's gonna live 30 minutes to, she's gonna live a long full life, and all that, everything's a bed of roses. So you just never know. And so Camille, totally agree with Molly. Tanya, I want to adopt too. Yeah, I definitely want to adopt. I love kids. Even though I have 22, well, number 23 is on the way. 22 nieces and nephews. Number 23 is on the way. I still love kids. I see kids all the time, and I'm like, oh, they're so precious. They're so cute. No matter how many babies I have seen, I can't get over it. They're so cute. Heather Valentine, I told my parents I'll adopt. Yeah. I remember having to have that conversation when I got engaged with my with his family, and it wasn't, I thought it was going to be an awkward conversation. It really wasn't an awkward conversation. But yeah, no, it's, how should I put this? Like I said earlier, adoption, it is a love adoption, and it is a special journey. And so you're still a mother. You're still a mother. It's about who raises the child. Cassie, me too. I can't wait to adopt. We'll see the path God sets ahead. Exactly. There's a reason. Oh, sorry. Got to chill. But anyway, this is just me. Like I said, I'm a Christian. And, the Bible says, excuse me, blessed are the barren, for many are your children. And I totally believe that, because, like I said, I've got 22 nieces and nephews. Number 23 is nieces and nephews. 23 is on the way. It's a little girl, precious little girl. And so they're a precious gift from God. And, each one of them have a special relationship with Aunt Beppy. I get to be the cool Aunt Beppy. And who is Aunt Beppy to deny them? If they want Coke at 7 o'clock at night, it's my job to give them Coke. I'm cool Aunt Beppy, So I still look at them as my kids in a way. I call them my babies. They know they're my babies. I love them. Anytime I go over, I still sing them lullabies. I'll put them to bed and everything. And so I think that verse is so true, because I feel like a lot of the kids in my life I have a special relationship with. And I think that I find that a lot with any woman with TS, is that we absolutely love kids. We love kids. Molly, I have 3 handsome nephews and 3 beautiful nieces. I know, I have to be biased. Mine are the most beautiful. I'm kidding, but don't we all have to be biased towards our nieces and nephews? We have to be. They're the cutest. And so, like I said, I really believe in that verse, and I believe that, excuse me, we all have a special place for kids in our heart. I know a lot of women with TS who are social workers or teachers. In some aspect, they're working with kids. And I think it's so precious. And like I said, I have a special relationship with each and every one of my nieces and nephews. And, with a lot of the kids that are in my life. So anyway, we're going to take some more questions, take some more comments, some more stories, maybe some more advice that you have. I really want to get some of the parents involved and maybe have like a parents' night one night. So that way we can swap ideas and everything. But anyway, ladies, this has been a fantastic ladies' night. And I'm going to let y'all go. I know it's Friday night. It's probably almost 11 on the East Coast now. So it's only 8:30, or it's like 8:40 here in Colorado. So we're going to call it a night tonight, and keep messaging me about what you want to hear on Ladies Night and Let's Talk Mondays, because we want to keep this going. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying doing the vlog videos. If y'all want to see more vlog videos, let me know. Put it in the comments. Tanya, I love kids. I'm a teacher, and even though they drive me crazy sometimes, I love my job. Exactly. My nieces and nephews, kids are manipulative. They know how to get what they want. I'm telling you. They know. They can read your mind. They know how. So anyway, but yeah, I still love kids, like I said. Molly, yes, more. Yeah, I'm definitely doing some more vlog videos. So yeah, let me know what you want to see in the vlog videos. Absolutely more blogs. Yes, I will be doing them. So anyway, yeah, let me know what you want to hear about, talk about. Let's get some more ideas going, girls. And like I said, the documentary, hopefully we're going to have that out in July for you girls. So go ahead. If you haven't liked the Walk for Ferial Facebook page, like the Walk for Ferial Facebook page. They're going to have their walk in October. So keep up with all the latest info on that. And as always, they have more research information about Turner syndrome. You can go there, get what you need. And of course, you can come to us and get what you need as well. So anyway, like the Walk for Ferial page, get your Wrist Up Wednesday picks up, your Feet Up Friday picks up. Join us for Let's Talk Mondays and for Ladies Nights. I don't know what day it's going to be next week. I'll let y'all know on Monday like I've been doing so far. See you next week. Drink wine if you're legal. Have a good weekend, girls.